Good morning, Facebook. Joe Bernstein here, and I'm really excited to talk to you today. I want to tell you a story just from the past 2 days. So, as many people know, I've gone from the kind of guy who was really out of shape and anxious and fearful and not willing to be courageous and take risks. I went from being the kind of guy who was always triggered and it was easy to anger and felt like he couldn't handle anything to a guy who's really calm, confident, clear. And I operate from a belief that I can handle anything. But I operate that from that belief that I can handle anything because I set up my world so that I'm capable of handling anything. I get up early, I meditate, I exercise, I eat well, I sleep well, I do my affirmation work. I work with coaches, I do men's groups. I'm always doing work to allow myself to be the kind of guy I want to be, a courageous, calm, wise, badass. I want to be amazing under pressure, and I don't want to let stress and fear take me off of my path of being that calm, courageous, wise, badass, right? I want to be the guy who can handle anything. And so I set myself up this way. But what I've learned is at times I've become too reliant. I've become too reliant on believing that I have to do all the things. I have to check the boxes. I have to meditate. I have to exercise. I have to get great sleep. The belief, the fear-based belief, the consumer-based belief is that if I don't do all these things, then I'll be a hot mess, triggered, wired, frustrated, fearful, angry mess, and I'll ruin my relationships, and I'll be embarrassed, and I'll be full of shame. It'll piss people off. So recently I had an opportunity to challenge this assumption. So I won't tell you the whole story, but Monday I went and joined a loved one at a doctor's appointment because she was afraid and there was a lot going on and she needed an advocate. Before I knew it, we were then in urgent care. Before I knew it, then we were at the emergency room at a hospital. Before I knew it, I was being told that she needed a surgery. So what ended up happening was I ended up having a night where I was in the emergency room with someone I love, where I didn't sleep at all, where I couldn't go exercise. I really didn't have much opportunity to meditate. And I found myself knowing that she was not through this trial and I wanted to be there for her. Now, in the past, I would have thought there's no way that I can be there for her. There's no way that I can be the calm, confident, courageous, wise person, that I'll be angry, I'll make a scene, I'll be frustrated, I'll be stressed, I'll be triggered, I won't be nice to her, I won't be nice to the healthcare providers hanging out, and I'll lose this sense of grounding. I'll lose this sense of grounding because I'm not able to do the things that I set myself up with to be a badass. And so I was in this moment of fear. Actually, it was yesterday. I was driving home to get a few things so that I could go right back to the hospital without a nap, without rest, so I could be there when she came out of surgery. And I was in this moment of thinking, Joe, you're going to fuck up today. If you don't take a couple hours and meditate and exercise and you haven't slept, you're going to fuck up. You're going to be mean to someone. You're going to be mean to her. You're not going to be calm. You're going to screw up your life. You're going to mess up this relationship with this person and who knows what else. And in this moment of thinking this, of this fear, I grounded myself back into, I went back to old affirmations I used to use, which is, I can handle anything. I can handle anything. And I choose a new belief. Now, in the past, I didn't take care of myself, so I formed a belief that says, Joe, if you take care of yourself, you meditate, you exercise, you do your affirmations, you journal, you do all the things you need to do, you eat well, then you can be this calm, confident man. But I chose a new belief yesterday, and it's this simple. You don't need to be perfect to be courageous, calm, wise. You don't need to be a badass. You don't need perfect nutrition. You don't need perfect exercise. You don't need to be the Dalai Lama and meditate all the time to show up from your heart, to allow myself some grounding. And so because I was able to then choose that belief, throughout the rest of the day, I was able to remain calm. I was able to remain focused. So I want to share this because I want to tell you that there's always opportunity to prepare your life to be your best. But when we get too attached to that, we get too attached to our routines, we get too attached to things we say we need, Because in my past life, I needed comfort, I needed ease, I needed to be a retail store manager, I needed to be married to my ex-wife, I needed X, Y, and Z, or I was going to die or screw up life. And that was all bullshit. So when we get too attached to things that we say we need, we're no longer resilient. We're actually showing up as fragile. So that's what I want to share with you today. When you're in this mindset of thinking, I need X, Y, and Z to be the kind of person I want to be, know that you have more resilience. Know that you can exceed your expectations. Know that you can challenge yourself to show up in a whole new way. Now, if you have a story in your life where you overcame something, where you had more in the tank than you thought, when you were able to stay calm and resilient in the face of adversity, in the face of challenge, when you're able to do things that you thought you couldn't do without the resources, without the preparation that you thought you needed, I want you to share that story in a comment below. So that's what I got. The creator sets himself up for an amazing inner life by taking care of himself, an amazing outer life by taking care of himself. But he also doesn't believe that he's incompetent without those resources or without that action. That's what I want you to be, is I want you to know that you're resilient, know that you're powerful, know that you can be calm and courageous and confident just as who you are, without having to do a million things, without having to have all the resources, without having to have extra time, energy, and money, without having to have your routine dialed in perfectly. You're able to be the man or the woman that you want to be right now. Right now. And in the moments where life's challenging, you have more than you think. That's what I got for you today. I hope this is helpful. Comment below if it was. Comment below if you have that story to tell. Peace.